So everybody is talking about this, and I talked about this, the snow and what's going on in the city, because that's what I do. I'm your girl for that, right? So I'm gonna give my Donnie where my Donnie is due. I don't watch, honestly. I work with policies and stuff like that. I try to stay in my lane of what I'm doing. But I be hearing, keep my ears to the street about other things that's happening. I'm not only just going to think about only homelessness. I want to be a little bit well rounded in other stuff. But people are happy about this $30 thing. I think the next thing we need to work on in general for New York City, because I want to say New York City minimum wage is probably the highest in the country. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like we are. We usually get the highest. Like when I be hearing people say, "I'm making $7 and change," and it's like 2025, and I'm like, we still have minimum wage that low. But I understand, depending where you, I'm like a grandma, depending where you live, cost of living. But honestly, cost of living for everybody, even where you live. If you live in Mississippi, seem like it's high at this point. Like, I feel like it's been a struggle even if you live in those kind of places. So at this point, minimum wage for everybody should be just going up. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay. So with this $30 an hour, I know that saying minimum wage for New York City should be going to $30 an hour is insane. I think that's kind of insane to say, right? I think minimum wage should at least be $20 in New York City. At least that's the least we should do. Rent is so crazy high here, right? And I think we need to make sure that this is together, and people could afford to pay rent, like without having a roommate. Some people just need a roommate, but personally, I don't think roommates are for anybody. Honestly, most people don't think should have a roommate. To be honest, other than it's like your family and significant, and your kids, I don't think people should be commingling together. And how we got a lot of DV. Unless you have, I guess, a couple, I believe we should be married before we even live with each other. But I'm not gonna put my views onto anybody. It is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely respect. I think he got a lot of the heat. Hopefully nobody's done in this one. He got a lot of heat when the snow was piling up, and we're like, this is horrible. I think people forget we haven't had a real good snowstorm. Like I feel like a real good one in over 10 years. So we don't actually. I feel like people forgot what the snowstorms actually look like. When I was a kid, back in the '90s, I feel like snow was. I feel like it was not like as long as this snow. Not this last snowstorm, but the last snowstorm before that. I feel like it was not as long as that. I feel like, is this real snow? I'm like, this snow been here for a little hot minute. We had real winters back in the day. We don't have real winters now. I think this winter is kind of catch up to the ones we didn't have, and try to give us really New York what y'all been missing. And I think because of that, because we haven't, I feel like because we haven't done it in a while, we weren't properly prepared for it. And this dude is new in the office. So I tell everybody about him and everybody who's working in City Hall who's new. Giving them grace. That's what I could do. For all the people we lost, my grace is kind of honestly on that. I give you different spectrums of grace. People losing their life on the street. It's hard for me to give you. I'm not God. So I'm gonna give you this much grace. I think I'm gonna give you this much grace for everything else. For that, I'm gonna give you this much because that's people's lives. And like people, no matter if they're homeless or not, they're important. You feel me? And if somebody correctly say, "Oh my gosh, unhoused," I don't like using the word unhoused. I don't use the word unhoused. I think it's ridiculous. But I use the word homeless, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. Okay, thank you. I'm a homeless advocate. I was homeless myself, so I can say that. If somebody else who wasn't homeless before wants only use one unhoused, you can. For me and my house, you're gonna say you're homeless. I feel like when I say unhoused, I know it's like all over the place for this video. It sounds like you're trying to make it sound cute. There's nothing cute about homelessness. Whether you live on the street or in a shelter. I'm just saying, it's nothing cute about homelessness. It's not. So we're not gonna act cute about this. We're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. So I was homeless. They were homeless, and that's okay, because homeless is not your whole identity. It's only a part of your story. Okay. But anyway, I'm gonna say kudos for that. I know when they get their taxes taken out of it, it's gonna be like they're getting $2.50 back. But it don't matter, because I think people forget the more money you make, the more taxes they take out. And I know, because they take my money out. It's like I can't even get better in life. They're taking all my tax money. And I got a kid. You think I get returns back, but I don't. Hopefully this year I do. I'm just saying. But yes, that's my little tidbit for that. I'm happy for us. We need to work on some colas. It's basically raising people's money, like how much they should be getting based on everything else around them and stuff like that, and what they deserve. So I think a lot of us need to come together. And I know there's a lot of things we got to work on: homelessness, education, elderly care. Like we have literally so much. Like that's what I don't get. People have time to do crime, but we have so much we need to solve. If y'all could put your energy in this thing to solve to make us better instead of doing crime, we'll be so much further in life. Like let's think about it. We'll be so much further. I promise you. Um, but yes, that's what's going on right now. I see you next time.